Gordon to know he's the envy of all the men in here, that's for sure. At this time, we're going to bring back the Colony Comedian. Please welcome Del Mitchum back to the stage.
Thanks, Walter. You know, I have a brother. Years ago, when we went on vacation, we would watch each other's pets. And one time, I called up and I said, "George, how you doing?" He said, "Your cat died." And I said, "George, you just can't spring that on somebody, you know? Why don't you say, like, the cat's on the roof?" And then the cat fell, you know, the next day, and then we tried our best, but he didn't make it, you know? He says, "Yeah, you're right, I'm sorry." I said, "So how's Mom?" He said, "Mom's on the roof." There's a picture in the kitchen. The wife is cooking eggs, and the husband comes in. It's not my wife, by the way. And the husband says, "Turn that heat down, you know. I don't think you have enough butter in there. Aren't they ready to turn you? You never have enough butter in there." She said, "Well, what's going on? I've been cooking eggs for you for 25 years, you know." He said, "Oh, I thought you'd just like to see how it is when I drive." I like her. And, you know, we go out and have dinner and have a drink or two, and sometimes I drive home, and probably I shouldn't, you know, I'm not really proud of that. So the other day we were out and I had a few, and so I took a bus home, and that was really kind of fun. I've never driven a bus before. This friend of mine, this old guy, had a physical a month ago, and about a week later, the doctor saw him, and Jimmy had this really nice-looking 35-year-old on his arm, and he says, "Come over here, Jimmy. It looks like you're doing pretty well for yourself." He says, "Just doing like you told me, Doc. Get a hot mama and be cheerful." And he says, "Jimmy, I didn't tell you that. I said you got a heart murmur. Be careful." The age here where we're always asking people for recommendations for doctors and dentists and chiros and everything, and I did find a new acupuncturist that I really like in Temecula. He was schooled in New Orleans, so he's also a voodoo doctor. So when you make an appointment, you don't even have to go to the office. He's got this little doll and pins. And I do have some advice for you ladies here tonight. If a man says he's going to do something, he'll do it. There's no reason to remind him every 6 months. I was at the bank yesterday, and this older lady asked me to help her check her balance, so I pushed her over. I didn't really, but I was thinking about it. We used to live in Mission Viejo before we moved to the colony, and one time there was a loud banging on the front door in the middle of the night, so I went to see, and it was raining, and there's some drunk said he needs a push. And I said, "Get out of here," you know, and I come back to bed and told the wife, and she said, "Shame on you. Remember 2 months ago when we had car trouble and these two nice strangers stopped and helped us?" I go, "Okay." So I changed clothes and go to the front door, and I said, "Are you still here?" And he said, "Yes." I said, "You still need a push?" He said, "Yes, please." I said, "Well, I don't see you. Where are you at?" He says, "I'm over here on the swing." My wife and I were reminiscing the other day, 50-some years ago when we were dating. And picture this, it was really, really, really late at night. We're off in some secluded area by ourselves. I'm in the front seat with the light on, reading, and she's in the back seat knitting. And the cop shows up. And the cop says, "What are you kids up to?" I said, "Well, I'm leafing through my electronic catalog, and I think she's knitting a sweater." He said, that's not right. Something's wrong here, you know. "How old are you kids?" I said, "I'm 21. What about her?" "In a half an hour, she's going to be 18.